Hey guys. Hey Zen ZRPI. Hey Colette. Hey Cynthia. Hey Daffodil. How's it going, guys? I don't think anybody's in here. Is anybody in here? Ugh. What are you doing? Why is that plugged in?
Asking if they can hear you.
I don't even know if anybody's in here.
3 concurrent.
Oh.
There's 3 people.
Can anybody hear me? Hello? 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 Hey guys, what's happening, mama? Can you hear me okay? Hey Kim, we missed you. How are you? You weren't on. I was off last week, sick, and then you weren't on the last one, I don't think. Were you? I don't know. Can you guys hear me? Or am I just talking to myself? Could be just talking to myself. Oh, good. Thanks, Cynthia. Thank you.
So Kim is now hiccupied.
Did you hear that, Kim? Since you're an Arkansan now, you're hiccupied.
We're not Arkansans. Arkansans.
Arkansan.
No, we're not.
Then what do you call them? Hoosiers.
We're Okies from Muskogee. No.
Hoosiers. No, Hoosiers
No.
are Indiana. That's my family.
We're Razorbacks.
Razorbacks, that's right. Whatever. 91 degrees, 91 degrees here. I can hear you. Oh, good. Okay. Wow, it's hot. Oh, thanks, Pat, for saying that. I don't feel like I look good, you know? I haven't felt good. Yeah. Yeah. Thankfully, I'm feeling better, though. Oh, my gosh. That was like the headache from hell, you all. Now you're a Razorback, Kim. Hey, CPO. Hey, Shannon. What's happening? Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. It was a rough week last week, but I'm good now. I had like the headache from hell. It was horrible. I was so sick. Oh my gosh. I hate when I get those headaches. But I get them, you know, when I get them, like, they don't go away. You know, they kind of like drag on and on and on. So I'm just grateful I don't have one today because they are the headaches from hell, for sure, for sure. Ugh. Wow, 91 out there, huh, Pat? I think it was in the 80s here today. And it was supposed to like rain and storm all day, but it didn't. So, yeah. So, how was everybody else this week? Good? Colette, are you still in here? I wrote everything down. I will definitely try to connect with Summer later and see if I can connect with her and ask her your question. I will definitely do that. And if I'm able to get a hold of her, check on my YouTube community page because I'll leave something to you there if I do. Okay. I used to get really bad migraines as a kid, so I know what you mean. Ugh, yeah, you know, and they're just that, like, I don't know. They call them brain pressure headaches because it has to do with my Chiari. You guys, but they just like linger on and nothing helps. You know what I mean? And it's just one of those things that I just have to like ride it out. And fortunately, I was able to ride this one out, but there are a lot of times when I can't, when I have to go to the emergency room, and I freaking hate it, you know? But I mean, I just get to the point where I'm just like crying and in so much pain that I'm like, I can't do this. You know, I have a really high pain tolerance and I can take a lot of pain. So when it gets to that point, it's bad, you know? I feel awful. I have knee surgery next Friday and they took all the good stuff away for pain, Voltaren. Oh no. Wow, you can't even use your Voltaren? Ugh, why is that? You know, before Voltaren came out over the counter years ago, this doctor prescribed it for me for my neck because my neck screwed up because of the Chiari and all the brain surgeries and all the crap down the back of my neck. And I just remember I could rub that stuff on my neck. My neck could be aching all day, right? And I could rub that stuff on my neck and my neck would just instantly like relax and feel so much better. That was like the best stuff. Oh, you have knee surgery next Friday. I'm so sorry, Pat. I mean, but at least there's like a light at the end of the tunnel. So hopefully, like 6 weeks from now, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. My legs feel good, you know, and hopefully you'll be out of pain, you know. In the 80s and raining all day. Wow. Taking classes, trying to keep up, doing cat and dog adoptions too. Oh, wow. Cool. That's awesome, Cynthia. Hey, Ken, what's happening, my friend? How are you? They still haven't arrested anyone in the summer case. It hasn't even made the news here in Australia, but I'm sure it will. You guys, that is such a sad case. It just kills me. And the sad reality is, you know, come on. The parents are still running around. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Yeah, our hospital's overloaded with COVID patients. Hey, Cynthia. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. Like, it's been really bad. So one of my subscribers, Louisiana lady, I don't know if you guys saw, but her sister died on Monday from COVID. So I was so sad to hear that. Oh, it has Advil in it. Oh, shoot. I didn't even think of that. I'm just planning on sitting here until surgery. There you go. There you go. Take it easy, relax, watch some YouTube, chill out. There you go. Victoria looking good tonight. Aw, thank you, Ken. I was saying earlier, I feel like I look like crap, you know? How's your week been, Ken? Anybody have any plans for this weekend? Tomorrow is my youngest nephew's surprise 22nd birthday party. He last year, because of COVID, you know, we kept it simple. It was just family. So this year, like, his girlfriend wants to do like a big, you know, shebang. And so like all of his friends are coming, and we were just over there for a couple weeks ago for my nephew and his wife are pregnant again with their second baby. Yay. So they did like the gender reveal. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So they're having another boy. Yeah. You don't look like crap. You're looking very tan. Oh, thank you. It's probably just the makeup, girl. I guess I still do have some tan from when I went to the beach, though. You know, and now the daggone pools are closed, which really sucks because, yeah, it's still supposed to be warm here for a while. You know, you'd think they would leave the pools open. A news flash just came up saying Barry Morphy was out on bail. Do you think he did it? Oh, 100% he did it. Piece of shit. They better keep a really close eye on that dude. They need to keep a really close eye on him. Not a surprise anymore. Well, yeah, he doesn't. I don't think he watches my videos, so Yeah. Yeah, I believe Barry's out. You know, the sad reality is in this country, if you have money, you can do whatever the heck you want to do. You know what I mean? It's just pathetic. It just, don't get me started. That just really pisses me off, you know? And I mean, think of his kids. Like that's like the worst part of it. Like what are his daughters really thinking? You know what I mean? It's one thing for them to say, "Oh, we believe you, Daddy. We love you." But what do they really believe? And what are they really thinking? And wouldn't you be like questioning like, "Okay, I don't want my dad to be around me." You know what I mean? Like, is he going to kill me now? You know what I mean? Like, I'm concerned about the strange DNA that was on the bike, but then again, other people handled the bike. Yeah. I mean, they said that that DNA was in her glove box, but didn't she have like, not only did she have her bike worked on, but didn't she also have her car in the shop or something like that? I think I remember seeing something about that. I'm taking a swim class, one of my own last night, swimming for an hour. Oh, nice, nice. Oh, swimming is so relaxing. Like I wish I could swim right now. I mean, I could if I joined my old gym again. They have an indoor pool, but I actually used to like the water aerobics classes. I would ride my bike the 2 miles to the gym, take water aerobics, and then go work out on like the rowing machine and the bike. And then I would take a shower, drive home, ride my bike home. I used to love doing that. I'm so lazy now, you guys. I need to get back in shape and start doing that stuff again. Anyone know how court went today for Barry? Well, apparently it went pretty good if he got out on bond, you know. I haven't heard anything about it. Glad I'm not in the same state anymore. No doubt. How does someone get out on bail in a murder case? Oh, it happens all the time. If you've got enough money, I mean, I haven't seen it, but most probably he's on like in-house arrest or whatever, where he has to wear an ankle monitor and he can only leave his house from like this time to this time, and it has to be just to go to work, and you know what I mean? It's just absolutely freaking insane. I think she was abducted when out on Mother's Day. That is what they believe. Yeah, I don't believe that. These poor girls, they have Stockholm Syndrome for sure. Why do these men keep getting away with it? Well, the other dude didn't, I guess. Killed the dude. Yeah, it's just, it's freaking ridiculous. Hey, 10-9. I don't know what the bail or bond is. I didn't know anything. Commenter, a subscriber just told me on here. Come teach me water aerobics in my pool. Gladly, gladly. You know, the best workouts, they are the best workouts. Like, you know, in 2015 and 2016, when I lost all that weight, I was like clearly overworking out, right? Like, I was working out so much that it was just too much. I ended up getting hurt. And then I was like, okay, I can't work out, which I came to a point where I really loved working out. So it really sucked when I hurt my hip, you know? And then after that, then it became, I can eat some carbohydrates. It's no big deal. I'll just work out when my hip gets better. Well, y'all know the rest. And I've gained 35 pounds back of that weight. But the best workout that I had were the water aerobic classes. Like with you take a pool noodle. I would do the workouts with the pool noodles, and you know, there were people in there that were, you know, that had health issues and stuff, so they couldn't do the pool noodle. So she would teach you like, there were like 4 different levels, and I would always do the highest level, which was like the hardest workout. But I loved it because, you know, even though I was working my butt off, and I could tell I was working my butt off because I was sore all the time, it was such a good workout, you know what I mean? And I wasn't like straining any parts of my body. The way I hurt my hip was on the stupid rowing machine and the bike. Ugh. I still can't stand that rowing machine. Still pisses me off every time I think about it. That gives this lawyer a chance to say it was someone else. That gives reasonable doubt for those dummies that may believe him. Yeah, true. He needs to be safe in jail. He's evil. He's very evil. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Excuse my French. He's crazy. I can see it, you know? And I mean, come on, you don't have to be a psychic to know that he killed his wife. Come on. Come on. You know what I mean? Like, such a moron. I should have a super healthy workout. I drive 2 miles. I'll be up all the way back. Probably. Yeah. I was like, I surprised myself because, you know, I've ridden a bike since I was like 4, I think, right? But I had gained a bunch of weight. And I was much older. And so hubby was like, let's go get a bike for you and for me, and we can start bike riding. So we go and, you know, we get our bikes, and I remember just being petrified when I first got on that bike again. Like, I was really scared, you know, but then after we went a while, I was like, okay, I can do this. But then every time I would go to ride to the gym, I would get that sinking feeling. Like I was afraid I was going to, you know, have a bike accident. But then once I would get there to the gym, I was like, yeah, that was a good ride, you know, but here we go again. I haven't ridden my bike since 2017. Honey, we need to ride our bikes. I mean, hopefully like next weekend, we'll finally have a free weekend. So maybe we can go bike riding. The judge did not consider Suzanne's family when they let him out. Exactly. But I mean, I understand. I understand the judge's perspective. You know, I'm glad I'm not a judge because I wouldn't be a very good one. Okay. But I understand, like, he has to follow the letter of the law. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's like a crapshoot. It's like, is the guy going to take off and run, or is he going to show up for court and stay? You know what I mean? The best thing he could do is take off and run so we could catch his ass and put him underneath the prison somewhere. I have a really bad neck. Yeah, see? That was the one thing with the water aerobics, that was about the only exercise I could do that didn't hurt my neck, that it actually was kind of relaxing, because they did these exercises where you lay back and you hold onto the pool noodle, and then you're, you know, raising your legs up out of the water and different stuff like that. And that was like the only exercise I could do that didn't tear my neck up. I mean, I don't have any neck issues per se. It's because, you know, the brain surgeries, I had them. Well, you can see how my part's all scarred. I had surgery here, I had surgery over here, and then I had surgery from like here all the way down my neck because of the Chiari. And so because of that, I have neck issues. You know, I think there's like arthritis in there now. So yeah, exactly, Pat. We all knew from the first day. Hello. Yeah. It's so ironic that in life we worry so much about the weight on our body. In the afterlife, we don't have a body. I can imagine when we finally get there laughing about how we... Exactly, right? You know, it's the same thing. Like, I remember being a teenager and looking at my pictures and going, oh my God, I'm so fat. You know, and I just thought I was like the fattest thing that ever walked, right? And now I look back at those pictures and I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I were that fat again. Because I was so thin. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. I'll have to show you guys a picture sometime of when I got to my highest weight. I was a really big, massive girl at that time. Fortunately, I've gotten a lot of it off, but like I said, I've gained 35 back. And it's just always like, you know, my mom had weight issues and I have weight issues. And so it's just always something that's like stuck there. My brother's a little bit overweight. My sister's a little bit overweight, but they're not like as big as like I am. You know what I mean? Yeah. I wonder if they're ever going to arrest Don Candace. You know, the case really bothers me. It feels like the John Benet Ramsey case. That beautiful little girl. I know. I feel you. I feel you, Shannon. It's horrible. It is scary the first time getting back on the bike. I bought a bike this year too. Oh, cool. Yeah. Isn't it scary? Yeah. And then like, this one trail that we were riding on, there's one part that goes like straight down, and the entire time I'm like, oh my God, you know, like thinking I was gonna go, I guess, flying over the handlebars or something. I was fine. But you know, you just don't know. And I think too, because of all the brain surgeries I've had, I always wear a helmet, but still, because back here, they had to remove my skull because of the Chiari. So now there's nothing there protecting the back part of my brain. There's literally just my scalp and my hair. And there's nothing there to protect it. They can't put a plate in or anything because it'll cause the same issues that I had before. So I think a lot of it is that too, like the fear of, oh my gosh, if I go back and hit the back of my head, I'm screwed. I'll die, So I think a lot of it's that too, being like paranoid, but you just kind of have to say screw it and go. And that's kind of what I do. Yeah, I was trying to show my granddaughter cartwheel. I was too scared to try. I could see broken bones on my body. Pat, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. Like, I would love to be able to go and learn how to roller skate, right? But I just have this horrible anxiety and fear that I'm going to fall and break a hip or something, And it's just, gosh, it gets worse as I get older. I'm like, what the heck? I still feel like I'm 20, but yet I don't feel like I'm 20. You know what I mean? Shit, let me pause here. Someone needs to have one of these two wackadoos. Exactly. Who's Don and Candace? Is there a new suspect? No, Don and Candace, the Summer Wells case. Summer Wells' parents. I've had 3 neck surgeries, a whole bunch of fused discs. Oh, see? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could see. I mean, I would be so paranoid if I had that too, I've heard people freaking out about being 30, wait until they're 70. True, very true. But you know how it goes. Like, hey, darling, hey, girl. You know how it goes, like, as you get older. So I used to think 30. I was like, oh my God, people that are 30 are so old. And then it became 40, and then 50, and then 60, and then 70, and then 80. And now I'm up to 90. Well, 80 is not so bad. Well, 70 is not bad, So I keep pushing that little banner up. Nah, it's just life with me, Pat. But it's just like, I wish it were the exact opposite. I wish when you were young that you were more apprehensive to do things, and as you got older, you were more able and wanting to do that. You know what I mean? I wish we could go backwards. Down in Canada for summer. Yep. They are simple folks. I don't hold anything against them for that, okay? I have family from West Virginia. I get the simple people thing. But come on. They're just evil, Evil people. If they would put something there to protect your head. No, they can't. And it used to be really scary because, my son played baseball and he was really good. And I'm not going to go into it, but he unfortunately got into drugs. And anyway, he should have realistically been a Major League Baseball player. But we would go to a lot of baseball games. And I was always like paranoid that if a ball hit me in the back of the head, I was screwed, So I was always like freaking out about that. I have a piece of my skull missing behind my ear too. I always check about the hole in my head. That's funny. I used to have my original shunt that they put on my brain to keep me alive. Let me find it. So my original one had, like right here, there was like a button right here that you had to push like every 7 minutes. There's no button there now. There's just, well, you can see right there. That's the cord. It goes up here into my head, and the cord comes, yeah, see? The cord comes down here, goes behind my breastplate into my stomach. Anyway, so I used to have a button, and so I would always mess with the kids. I'd be like, push this button right here. And they were like, ooh, no. And I was like, you're not going to hurt me. You're not going to hurt me at all. So I feel you, Cynthia. I understand where you're coming from. I always say I'm the bionic woman to the little kids. Yeah. 50 was really old when you were a child. Exactly. I'd love to be 50 again. Exactly. Exactly. I don't know, you guys. I saw this thing, I don't know, a while ago, and people were like, if you could go back to your 20s, would you? And I was like, oh, hell to the no. As much as I loved being young and being able to work all day and then go out and drink and party and hang with my friends and then get no sleep and then go back to work the next day. Like I would not want to have to live that life. It's exhausting thinking about it. It's scary that we thought as a youngster. Now we're all here in our golden years, as I call them. There you go. Yeah. All these people say, oh, it's a gift to grow old. Really? I mean, look, I understand it's a gift. You know, I wholeheartedly want to be here for grandkids and, you know, to watch my kid grow up and all that, but it is no gift. Hey guys, how do y'all feel about the U.S. withdrawing from Afghanistan the way they did? It's major news here in Australia. I've been calling them my painful years. Here you go, Pat. I said this 2 weeks ago when I was on live. I am so pissed at our president. He's a moron. He's incompetent. I gave him a chance. Like, I wanted him to be successful because why would you want to have a president that wasn't successful? You know what I mean? And I'm the type of person, I give everybody a chance. I respect them until they give me a reason not to respect them. And it's not like Joe Biden set out not, you know, to be disrespectful to Victoria. You know what I mean? But he disrespected all the people that died in Afghanistan, you know, all the people from the U.S. that are stuck there, all the Afghanis that are stuck there. It just pisses me off so bad. It pisses me off so bad. Like, I feel so bad for those people. I feel horrible for the 13 soldiers that lost their lives. I feel horrible for their families. Like, you know, and when I was a teenager, I dated this guy. And he went on to join the army. And I guess he went to Afghanistan and an IED blew him up. And so he lost like his voice box and they ended up over radiating him or something. So now he can't speak, right? He has like a machine, but he can't speak. And so I saw, you know, he was saying like he was just so angry that, you know, because he was talking about how many brothers he had lost over there, how many fellow soldiers that he watched die, you know what I mean? And he was like, you know, the president just desecrated all of those honorable men that lost their lives, you know, and he's just furious. And like, I just can't imagine. I mean, my husband, you know, was Air Force and he's furious and I just feel horrible. And I'm just so pissed at this country. And, you know, somebody brought up a good point. Somebody said, you know, you can't rely on government to do anything for you, right? And I think we're all seeing that now with all this crap that's going on, the mandatory vaccinations, and, you know, they're going they're going to all these people that own businesses in New York. And if they let anybody in that is unvaccinated, New York can shut their business down. I was like, what? What the hell? I thought we lived in the United States of America. I thought we were free, right? I thought we were supposed to be the best country in the world. I thought we were supposed to be this and that. And we suck. We suck. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed to say that I live in this pathetic country at this point. And I remember, you know, 9/11. I remember after 9/11 racing out to the store a couple days later and going to like 20 different stores trying to find a flag, right? Finally found a flag. Like I literally was standing there and they said they were bringing in boxes and literally people were fighting for the flags. And then we put like those things on the back of our car, you know, we'll never forget, we're united. And, you know, and just 9/11, I'm sure you know, it affects everybody. It affected everybody. It didn't matter what country you lived in, you know. Everybody mourned. We all mourned over 9/11, you know, and I knew people, friends that were in the Pentagon and family that were in the Twin Towers. And It's a horrible time every year, but the one good thing about 9/11 was how united we were after 9/11. It was almost instantly on the 12th, everybody was like, nice to each other. And instead of people cutting you off, they were like, oh, please go in front, go for it. Everybody was just so different. And I loved that. I hated 9/11, but I loved that aspect of it. And it's just so pathetic to look at our country now and to see people are fighting because of what? Because of who they're voting for. Oh, you're a Republican. I don't like you because I'm a Democrat. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand it, because maybe I'm wrong, but I never in my life remembered anybody saying, are you Democrat, Republican, or independent? Nobody ever came up to me as a person and asked me. I never had a friend ask me how I vote. I never had a neighbor ask me. I never had anybody ask me how I voted. You know what I mean? And now today, that's how you're labeled. Oh, you're a Republican? Oh, you're a Democrat? You guys, it's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed to call myself a member of this country, a citizen of this country. It's embarrassing. And I hope that we can somehow turn it around. I hope, but I don't know, y'all. Hey, Melissa, what's happening, girlfriend? Today, the U.S. admitted to the accidental retaliatory drone bombing there in Afghanistan. I heard about that, Cynthia. Excuse me. It's just pathetic. What pissed me off this week was the general that admitted he went behind President Trump's back and spoke to China about ensuring they would not let Trump do anything. That is treason. Yeah. And look, you guys know, you've been around. I wasn't on here saying, oh, I love Trump. There are other psychics, in the YouTube community that love Trump. And, that's their guy and they're proud of it and all that, right? But I wasn't one of those people. I wasn't someone that was on here saying, yay, go Trump. I felt like he may have had the best intentions, but his mouth sucked. Like what he said sucked, right? But I think he honestly loves this country. Whereas Biden, I feel like Biden is just senile and he just has no clue. I mean, come on, think about it. He's standing there looking at his watch the entire time the 13 bodies are being wheeled by, that he was responsible for killing those 13 people. And he's sitting there looking at his watch, right? And then when he goes to talk to the parents, what does he talk about? His son, Bo, who died of a brain tumor. He was probably sitting in a cushy hospital here in the US, doped up on medication. And I'm not trying to belittle or to put down the fact that his son died. That's horrible, right? But he didn't die over in another country fighting for your freedom. So don't sit there and try to compare what these poor parents are going through to what the hell you went through when your 40-some-year-old son died of brain cancer. It's two totally different things. It's apples to oranges. Just like, for example, you wouldn't go up to those parents and be like, oh, I feel you. I had a miscarriage 20 years ago. I understand what you're going through. Hell no, you don't understand what they're going through. You know what I mean? Hell no, you don't understand. And it all just pisses me off. You guys can probably tell I'm getting heated, so I'm going to bring it back down. But it just, I'm embarrassed. I'm so glad you said that. Major news here in Australia. I love the USA. I lived there for 2 years. It's so special to me. It's devastating what's happening. It is. It's pathetic. Yep. I was watching the question about that. It says if there were bombs in that vehicle, it would have taken out the whole street. That is the evidence. Yeah. I agree, Melissa. Hey, Foxcat, what's happening? Hey. They have never decided who was responsible. They blame Bin Laden, but it was never proved. Yeah. You guys, it's just, I get really heated up. Like, I can feel my blood pressure rising. I can feel my blood pressure rising. I'm so pissed about this. Like, what I said, I was there and couldn't get over how united the country was. Right? After, I remember frantically on the phone trying to get a hold of my family. And the phone was just going do, 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 do. You couldn't get through because everybody was overwhelming the circuits. So I'm freaking out, calling, like flipping out. My husband's at work trying to get a hold of me because he knows I'm going to be flipping out because he knows we have friends and family. And so he couldn't get a hold of me. I couldn't get a hold of him. I couldn't get a hold of my family. I couldn't get a hold of my friends. Like, it was horrible. It was horrible. And then my kids were young, right? And so then I remember I went and picked them up at school and I brought them home and set them down and told them what had happened. And all the while at this point, we still didn't know, we didn't know how anybody was because I wasn't able to get through. I wasn't able to get through to people. That whole day, that whole afternoon, that whole night, you couldn't even get through to anybody. It was horrible, horrible. Hey, Psychic Butterfly, what's happening? Because you forgot every 10 seconds what his watch say. Exactly, 10-9, exactly. Try the dream with the little girl. I was thinking, draw the teddy bear and using him at church. I have tried just about everything. I'm going to try some other things, but I've got some other more pressing things right now that I've got to get done before I can focus on that. I'm still having the dream every night. I'm still having the natural disaster dreams every night. Trump was trashed by the media and they boosted Biden. They hit all his failures. That's the sad thing, Ken. When everything finally came out after the election and everything, I was like dumbfounded. When they came out and they proved that half the stuff they said about Trump was a bunch of BS. It was lies. That he didn't say this, he didn't say that. You know what I mean? Now, was he abrasive? Yeah. Did he not say things the right way all the time? Definitely. But yeah, he tried and he was trying to do the right thing. And guess what? Nobody was afraid of our country when he was the president. Now we have this dementia-stricken, senile Biden, and now Russia and China. How long is it going to be before they stick it to us? You know what I mean? Like, are we going to become be called the United States of China here soon? Like, seriously, this stuff goes through my mind, you guys. It's bad enough I can't sleep because of the dreams. And then on top of it, this kind of shit goes through my mind. Yes, he has definitely seen on has onset dementia. Exactly. I'm telling you, like, if you watch him walk, right? Like, if you see him walk in the morning, he seems to walk okay. But if you see him, like, around the afternoon when sundown syndrome sets in, he, like, shuffles. And you'll notice how pissed off he gets. Like, he'll be like, oh, okay, so-and-such reporter. And then he's looking at, okay, they're going to ask me this question. And he still can't answer, right? And then he sits there and snaps. Sundown syndrome, you guys. I'm telling you, he's got Alzheimer's or dementia. Throwing the senility at the same time. If they remove Megan Harris, allegedly she is worse. So she scares the piss out of me too. Like, it's a struggle to watch Biden give a speech. Just feels like your brain cells are leaking out of your ears. Oh my gosh, that's like the best description ever, Darlene. I have to remember that. It's crazy. He's insane. Like, God bless our brother and sister. Thank you for letting us live. Exactly. I read that the White House switched off his microphone when he goes off script. They also mute the TV so I don't have to listen. I don't blame him. Look, it's scary when he went overseas to meet with a bunch of leaders. I was like scared to death. Like, oh my God, are they going to nuke us this afternoon after he speaks because he's freaking crazy? I was like, God only knows what the hell he's going to say. You know what I mean? Ugh. I'm not sure if you'll be able to find the little girl in your dream. I don't know. I wish I could. Hey, Psychic Butterfly, thank you. Aw, do you have a channel too? I haven't checked. Do you have a channel? Was the little girl you were dreaming of Summer Wells, maybe? No. Other people have asked me that. Nope. No, trust me. If I saw this little girl, immediately I would. I mean, like, I'd recognize her. North Korea was won over with Trump. Trump is a businessman, not a politician, so he can be forgiven for not being politically correct. True. Yep. See, Melissa, I'm telling you, we already are the United States trying to ask. True. Had him diagnosed in the very start before it was noticed by others. Yep, the way he walks, he does that shuffle like Alzheimer's patients. I forget what the heck it's called.
It's called the dumbass shuffle.
I forget what it's called, but there's a medical term for the way people with dementia walk when they do that little shuffle. You should draw the husky. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to figure it out. It's so freaking frustrating. Biden can't even read what's in front of him, and they give him to say he messes that up. Exactly. He was asleep while having a meeting with one minister. Hi, but he was snoring. You know what? It's so funny. I saw like a meme of it, and I was like, is this real? Because at first when I was watching it, I thought somebody had like, you know how they can fake all that crap now. So I thought it was fake, right? And then I was like, I don't think this is fake. You do know what he's going to say. Come on, man. Very true. That's his favorite little term. Do you get more clues on the little girl? I haven't. And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating because I feel like continually having it, like, there's obviously a reason why I'm having it every single night on repeat. You know what I mean? Yeah. The dumb R shuffle. Yeah, there you go. Okay, honey.
Wendy.
Yeah.
What's up?
I wish I knew who she was, you know. All right, let me see what's on my list tonight, you guys. Oh, yeah, we kind of talked about 9/11. It's a rough time every year for me, and I'm sure it is for you as well. And I've gotten to the point now to where I can't, like, you know how they have like the movies and, you know, of the people on Flight 93 and the people that jumped and the people that fell. You know, they have all those different shows. I can't watch them anymore. I can't watch them. Yeah, I can't watch them. It just, yeah. He scares living daylights out of me. When he takes off running, man, I should never run. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's like Trump supporters. That's funny. Hey, welcome, Hope. The other minister was still speaking to him and then turned to the camera and looked at the cameraman and then carried on speaking. That's funny. Maybe it's something you did, but it's hard to tell what I remember. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Foxcat. I'm going to have to think about it some other time because I can't. I got too much going on right now, y'all. Yeah. Oh, Letitia Stout. Did you guys see in her preliminary hearing that? So she said, okay, yeah, I don't want to represent myself now. And then she was on camera for a little while, and then she was like, oh, I don't want to be here. Let me tell you something. If I were that judge, I would say, you know what? I don't care if you want to be here or not. There's a child that's dead right now, and we're going to go over this paperwork, and you're going to sit there and listen like a good girl. But instead, he let her get off of the Zoom meeting or whatever. What the hell? Like, I would be like, you know what? You're no better than any other defendant. You need to sit here and you need to listen to all these details and all this information. Right? See, I'm telling you, I'd be a shitty judge if I were a judge because I would be coming down on these people like. There are a few new programs out recently. Really, see, I just can't. I can't watch it because I just find myself like when I watch them all, because I used to obsess over. It's like I had to watch everything, right? And I just got to the point that I just felt like I was just going in this downward spiral. I was just, you know, taking in like everything that was going on, all the pain, I was feeling it. And yeah. Yeah. So I just had to get to where I just couldn't watch them anymore. What do you see coming up regarding COVID, if anything? I don't think I've said this the whole time. COVID's not going away anytime soon. Nothing's going to give anytime soon. You know what I mean? Like, all these people like, oh, when we get back to normal, we're not going to get back to normal. We are in normal. This is like new normal. And unfortunately, I think it's just going to continue on a downward spiral with the economy and inflation and, yeah. That's weird about the little girl you keep seeing. Maybe it's a neighbor or someone really close to you. Yeah. I don't recognize the little girl. I don't recognize the house, I don't recognize the town. I don't recognize the coffee shop. But I don't know. This has been a really hard one for me because it's just continual. I have that one, and then I have the other one where, it's just nonstop tsunamis and floods and earthquakes and volcanoes, and it's just horrible. Like, I can see these people and I'm looking like they're making eye contact with me, and I know they're about to drown, and I know they're about to die. Yeah. It's her right to waive being there, which is bullshit because murderers should have to listen to their act. Exactly, Mac. Hey, Mac. I totally agree. I think you would make a great judge. I would be what? Those people would be like, damn, why do I have to get her courtroom, right? I mean, I went to traffic court one time, and I remember before traffic court, everybody outside was talking, and they were like, oh, this judge is really a hard ass. Nobody likes him. It really sucks that we all have to go before him. He was nice as could be, threw my charge out, told me just slow down, just as nice as could be. And as I'm walking out, I see the one guy that's telling me what a horrible judge this guy is. And I'm like, like, I don't know what happened to him. He probably got put in jail or something, but, yeah. I suggest you share the little girl dream video with a group about cases. I plan on doing that. I just can't do that right now. I've got several other real life cases right now. I just came off of being sick, and I've got, real life shit going on, and it's just overwhelming at this point. Let me just put it that way. It's going to be really nice to go hang out with family tomorrow and not have to think about some of this stuff, because it's, anytime I'm dealing with a case and I have a headache, it's just exhausting. It wears me out anyway. My gifts do, and then on top of it, to be sick, and it's just gonna be nice to have a break. Like, I just need to defuse. Did you get a chance to check out the Novavax vaccine? I didn't, darling. It's not because I didn't want to. I just, like I said, I got sick, but I will definitely check it out. There's just a lot of shit going on. I just am, that's the other thing. I am so over this vaccine, no vaccine. You know what I mean? I'm just so over the bullshit right now. I am just so over it. Yeah. Hey, you can post on a Reddit sub for missing persons. Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know I could do that. Okay. We'll never go away. Our bodies will adjust to the disease, and hopefully less will die. I worry about the kids and, of course, untested vaccines. It's not like Starbucks. No, it's a private little coffee shop. No, it's not Starbucks. It's not. I've been in a lot of Starbucks, trust me. Way too many Starbucks for the fact that I don't even drink coffee, but I've been in a lot of Starbucks. No excuses, overcomer. Oh, you have COVID. I'm so sorry. So my Father-in-law is still in the hospital. He had to have a heart procedure this week. I think he's done with COVID, but he's just so weak. And now his wife is like telling my husband, well, if you want to come visit your dad, then you have to go get the vaccine. His dad was vaccinated and he's been in the hospital for how long now with COVID, and he's fully vaccinated. So, it's just been. And then my uncle was in the hospital. He's back home now, hopefully on the mend, but I don't think for very long because I've dreamt a couple times that he's going to pass. So, do you remember the William Terrell case here in Australia? I think you did a reading on it. Well, they have a new suspect. Oh, good. Good. That's awesome. Maybe it's just a bad person in the dream. No, it's not. How about Gabby Petito? I'm not from America, but I heard about her case. Let me tell you, she's on my list right here. So here's a question I have. Okay. So someone sent me a bunch of information and said, will you look into this case? Okay. So she sends me this information, and then my husband says, hey, what is this? He had the news on, but it was like on mute. And it came up and said about this Gabby Petito girl. And he was like, are you getting anything about it? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, you should probably, maybe do a video on it. So all I know is the few minute blurb that I saw in the news. Okay. Because you guys know, I try to get things organically. So I try not to go and look shit up, because I feel like that taints what I'm getting, because I don't want to be swayed to lean one way or another. You know what I mean? So for me, it's better if I just don't know, if I don't know any details, right? So here's a question I have. This is one question that I need answered, okay? And rather than me go research and watch a bunch of stuff about her, which I don't want to watch because what I get is what I want, to see, not what everybody else is telling me, right? Because the lady that sent me all the stuff, I saw the name and then I really didn't look in, click on the stuff, you know what I mean? Because I don't like to do that, Anyway, so I have one question. I don't want to talk about the case or go into too much detail about it because like I said, I need to. Oh, bye, Melissa. Bye, honey. Sorry. I don't want to get a bunch of information, okay? But one question. Did everybody know she was pregnant? Is that out there that she was pregnant? Because from the very beginning, I was seeing that she was pregnant. That's all I want to know. I don't want to know any other details. Not trying to be a bitch, y'all. I just, the way my gifts work, it's just better if I don't have a lot of information. You need to take it easy for a few days. Thanks. Yeah, I try, but it's really hard to completely get away from this stuff. You know what I mean? It's me, Yeah, government's exempt. Exactly. SBS, he should be able to see his dad. His dad is vaccinated and his children can wear a mask. And that's the issue that my husband has, right? And okay, so my husband has two sisters, his little sister, and then, so my husband's the oldest, and then Jen, and then Betsy. So Jen and my hubby were like, Jen was like, I'm going to go see dad in November. And Mark was like, let me go with you. So they were talking about going. Well, I guess Betsy's going to fly out there because her biological daughter and her grandson are out there. So she was going to fly out to see her dad and see them. So his sister that he was gonna drive out with, she went and got her first vaccine because, she wants to see her dad. She didn't want to get the vaccination, but she wants to see her damn dad, which I don't blame her, And I said to my hubby, I said, look, whether you like it or not, if you want to see him, you may have to get the vaccination. I mean, he works for the government. He's going to probably have to get the vaccination soon, So yeah, it's just, It's a mess, y'all. All right, what am I seeing here? Oh, I'm getting behind. Sorry. There's no other explanation what has happened to her. Time will tell. Yeah, I'm gonna do a video on her. You guys, hold on. Let me see. Let me finish reading this. And it's something that could help for another dream. Okay. She's pregnant. Nope, nothing on that. I just deleted my comment. No, this has not been reported. Another psychic said that too. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear I'm not the only one that sees that. It's Elon Musk's device that gets dreams and thoughts. Oh, cool. I didn't know about that. She's pregnant. Nope, I don't think that's public. I haven't seen anything about that. Is this Gabby? No, she's not pregnant. Nothing in the news. Didn't know that info about being pregnant. She may not be. Okay, here's like I said, I don't want to go into it too deep, but she was pregnant, okay? And when I say she was pregnant, you know, for all I know, she could have aborted the pregnancy or she could have miscarried. But at some point, really close to her disappearance, she was pregnant. Because that, I was like getting that the second I saw her name on the, when hubby was like, what is this? And it was on mute. The news was on mute. And I saw her name and I was like, oh, so-and-so sent me information about this. I'm not looking at it, but yeah, this is some girl that's missing. And I was like, oh, she's pregnant. I immediately saw it. So I don't know if she ended the pregnancy, excuse me, or she miscarried. I don't know. Excuse me. But I have seen a whole lot of other things concerning her. I'm going to try to do a video on it, I think, this next week. Yeah. You guys, okay. That's what I was going to tell you. So I was trying the other day to work on this case. It's not a real life that I'm working on today case. It's one for YouTube that I'm working on. And I'm not going to say too much because you'll see it this next week, but so I'm working on this case, right? And I see this area where I think this girl was killed. And then what do I see? Orrin and Orson. Yes, the two little boys from California City. All of a sudden, it's like everything in front of me disappeared. And I could see this piece of land and I could see them. I have never, you guys, in all the cases I've done, I have never, whether it's for YouTube or in real life, never had that happen. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, are these two poor little babies, are they like there on this piece of land? So that's a whole nother thing I need to look into. I've never had that happen. It's like a crossover, right? I'm working on one case and then, you know, and the case that I'm working on, this girl went missing in, I think, like 2006 or 2007. So it's not like Orrin and Orson, I've been there, you know, since, you know what I mean? It's just weird. I've never had that happen. I've definitely had it happen to where everything disappears and I can see the location, but I've never had it happen to where I'm working on one case and then all of a sudden someone from a different case that's missing is right there. Yeah. They may never report she was pregnant. I hope her family finds her soon. Me too. I believe it's so hush hush in the news in Georgia. Yeah. Tell your hubby to check out the Novavax because it's different than the other vaccines. This one is immunity building. It's not giving you COVID to get the antibodies. Let me write it down again. I wrote it down 2 weeks ago, I think, or.
I'm back.
Okay, honey, what's up? Hey, babe. They are saying that the Novavax should be ready by the first of the year. Oh, okay. Oh, I wonder if he knew and that's what they were arguing about. Why won't he talk to authorities? It's so weird, but I don't feel he's done anything bad. I don't know why I get that feeling. I want to tell you what I see. Hey, Shelby, what's happening? No, we know there are angels waiting to be found. Hi, Victoria. Just stop by to say hi and hope you're doing well. Hey, Natalie. How's it going? Shelby said, hey, Mr. B. You need to look at, Darlene was telling me, she told me 2 weeks ago, go research the Novavax vaccine. They're saying it's going to be available the first of the year. See, look what it says. Tell your hubby to check out the Novavax because it's different than the other vaccines. This one is immunity building. It's not giving you COVID to get the antibodies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Shelby.
Uh,
Is that Shelby like the Mustang Shelby?
well, yeah, that's her username. Could be they want you to try and locate them or maybe not forget them. Yeah. Oh, you don't have your little fence.
Oh, right.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, there you go.
My big nose.
Yeah, big old nose. Yeah, I don't know. It was just the weirdest thing. I know you have other dreams. I had a dream the other day where I was at a beach and a big wave comes and a white dust storm at the same time. Ew, scary. Get the Johnson & Johnson. It's easier. You know what? I just told hubby that. I said if I had to go get the vaccine, I would get the Johnson & Johnson because it's one freaking shot. So if you get that shot 6 months later, you're still alive. Woohoo! You don't have to go back and get another one. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I say anyway.
Novavax, huh?
Yeah. You don't need to be a psychic to know her boyfriend is Kelter. He and his parents are the only ones that think staying silent will keep the secret. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not so sure, Ken. It's a weird one. Yeah, it's definitely a weird one. There are a few things I see in and Victoria is able to tell me if she sees it. How about if I do this, Shelby, because I don't want to talk specifics about that case right now. Let me do a video on it, get it out, and then we can talk about it next week. Just because I was saying before, I don't know if you were in here when I was saying it, like I like to not know a bunch of details, you know what I mean? And to just get what I get organically. It just is easier for me that way, if that makes any sense, the way my gifts work. Whoosh. I absolutely agree. There's no reason for the boyfriend staying silent unless he has done something he's ashamed of. Shell belling. I actually dreamed about Grant not too long ago. It was awesome. Aw, that's cool that you're still seeing him in your dreams. That's really cool. I know that's got to be like such a huge comfort, you know? Yeah, I am dealing with a case right now, you guys, and it's it's a tough one. And I feel so bad for the guy. It's his brother. It's a tough one. I don't want to go into too many details, you know, confidentiality and all that, but it's just a hard one. I feel really bad for this guy. Even the police know they will have to gather more evidence and to get him. He's your heart of Florida because of a jerk on YouTube. Jeez, Shelby, that's so ridiculous. Stupid people. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I've gotten a lot of things about that case, but I want to try to kind of keep my head clear of it and see what I'm getting, you know. I have to go. It's Saturday morning here and I have chores to do. Love you guys. Stay safe and all day. Oh, you too, honey. Take care. Take care. She left without her and took her van, so he's a jerk for doing that. But I do believe he's done a lot more. Yeah, you know, unfortunately, if you know, if you're a shitty boyfriend, you're a shitty boyfriend. But I will say this. Um, I think there's so much more to the case that I'm pretty confident the police know, but they're kind of keeping hush hush. I will just say that. Yeah. Yeah, I read today where the FDA said they don't want you to get boosters for the COVID vaccines. They do not recommend it. Oh, wow, really? Really? Wow. Have police checked her van? I don't know. No. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to get too deep into it because I hope that makes sense. Like, um, it's in this particular situation, I just feel like it's usually for me, it's best if I give myself time and I just let whatever I get come through as opposed to like researching it. That's why, when I do my videos and I talk about the backstory of the case at the beginning, you have to remember that I've already attempted to connect and have connected or haven't connected, and done all that. And then I go and I do the research because I feel like if I do the research first, like if something's coming through to me and I've done research on the case, then I feel like, wow, what if I misunderstand what's coming through? You know what I mean? Because I have like a bias because I've researched. You know what I mean? So it's best for me not to research it. Good, Shelby. Yeah, let me know. Yeah. Yeah. I don't really want to talk about her anymore. And it's no offense, guys, I mean, please understand. And another thing I wanted to say too is a lot of times people will contact me, um, and they'll be like, "Oh, the case about so and so," and then they'll start asking me questions about that case, and I'm like, here's the thing: when I do readings, when I connect with someone, so for example, let's say Ken, let's say I'm doing a private, personal reading for you, okay? So when I connect and I get the information that I get over a period of time, it's impossible for me to remember all of that information, right? So generally what'll happen is I'll remember like little details. And then if someone says, "Oh, remember you said so and such," then I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, okay, now I get it. You know what I mean? What's up?
Are you still talking about Oren?
No, I'm just talking about doing cases in general.
Yeah, because we could possibly find.
Right, but Bill. So yeah, please don't be offended if you contact me and say, "Hey, you said so and such." Like, at first I'm like, "What? Wait, what? What are you talking about?" Because I think it's just entirely too much information. And it's just too much for my head. Like, there's no way in hell I could remember every detail from start to finish of every single case. I mean, I couldn't. Maybe there are other psychics out there that can, more power to them. I think a lot of it for me too is, I don't know how it works for every psychic, but for me, I see the good, the bad, and the evil. Like, right down to, you know, the person being raped or murdered or stabbed or shot and suffering. I see all that. So I think it's a defense mechanism. I know it's a defense mechanism to kind of, you know, save me from having all that in my head all the time, if that makes any sense. because I don't know if you all have you ever seen a dead body. Um, it's a really traumatic thing. You know, when we die, people in the movies, when we die, people, you know, are like, oh, we go like this, and then we go and we close our eyes and we're so peaceful, right? That's not reality. Okay. Um, so I think because I see so much of that stuff, I know it's just a mechanism for me. It's a defense mechanism so that I'm not walking around 24/7 with all those visions and all that information in my head. You know, I had to come to a point also myself at some point where I'm like, okay, I you know, in with this information and right on out with it because I can't hold on to all that. For me, it's mentally impossible to do that. Um, yeah. Been talking to the president. He likes to my jokes. Super cool videos. Oh, cool. Cool. That makes sense. That way you form your own opinion and get the info from the person and their perspective of what happened to them. Right, Cynthia. And like, you know, every psychic gets their information different ways. Um, it would be cool to find another psychic that got their information the way that I do. I've never found one. um, every psychic is completely different. For me, you know, there are psychics out there that they want to hear everything. They want to know the full story and then they try to connect, right? For me, it's just better, you know, because I don't want anything in my mind to be biased. So, for example, if you're talking about this case of Gabby, I don't want to start off this case right away thinking, oh, the boyfriend did it. Because if I do that, then whatever information I get from her, you know, I'm going to automatically think that the boyfriend did. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? Like, I just have to have my mind clear when it comes to a case like this. And, you know, yeah. And I take it seriously. Like, when I do a case for YouTube, it's the same thing as if I were walking up to you and you had just lost your child and I'm trying, you know what I mean? Like, I put myself into it and yeah. I hope that makes sense. Thanks, Shelby. Aw, thank you, Ken. Thumbs up, thank you. And Corey Hams, maybe long ear to me and Peter, based on Peter Bucket. Oh, cool, cool. Most good psychics really don't want to know anything about what they're working on. They don't like to watch the news. They don't like, exactly. Like, I sometimes get to the point, like, hubby will have the news on. Lately he's been like muting it, but before he would have it on. And so, you know, the sound was constantly going. And so if I was working on a case, I would just be like, ugh, because I didn't want to hear, you know what I mean? Like, I can't take the time. I can't kind of, here's how, like, I can't jeopardize, right? When I do these cases, I'm being dead serious about it. And I'm hoping, you know, that maybe I can help find the person. You know what I mean? So I don't want to jeopardize having clean, open communication and being able to get the proper information. You know what I mean? I don't want to jeopardize any of that. So I hope that makes sense. I mean, yes, I worked EMS for over 10 years. Once saw a guy standing over his body wondering what just happened to him. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. When my father was in the hospital, I started talking to this guy. I smoked cigarettes back then, and I used to go to the roof. You had to, at this hospital, you had to go to the rooftop to smoke. And I started talking to this guy. He had AIDS and he was dying. Such a sweetheart. Like, and then he got to the point where, because my dad was in there for a while, you know, to where he would come downstairs and grab me to go up to the rooftop to smoke, and I would go grab him. Well, so I was sitting there smoking with him the one day, and he was talking to me about dying, and I said, yeah, you don't have very much time left. And he said, what do you mean? And so I explained about myself, and he said, are we talking days, months, weeks? I was like, hours. And so I gave him a hug, said goodbye. I went back to the ICU. And a few hours later, I went to go get him so we could go smoke again. And he had already passed. And so I'm walking down the hall after I realize he's gone. I'm walking down the hall and I see him standing there and he waves and blows a kiss. And that was that. And for just meeting this guy, I felt like I'd known him my whole life. Like he and I had so much in common, and this was years ago. So this was before people said, "Oh, you're my brother from a different mother" or whatever. I just felt so connected to this guy, right? I can't explain it. I knew him for a total of, I think, like 6 days. But I was just so close to him, right? And after I told him about myself, he was asking me questions, and I was trying to put his mind at ease. But my point is, like, I don't know what my point is. I don't know where I was going with that. I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, I broke a TV and I can smash that like button. Do you get it? I am sure you feel and experience such a lot. Yeah. That's fascinating. You should tell us more about it. You should definitely tell us, Cynthia. I mean, yeah, it just kills me when you watch TV and, when someone dies, they automatically their eyes close. That's not how it is. You have to physically, in most cases, close the person's eye unless they're, unconscious or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not this peaceful last breath, like people say. It's literally like gasping for air, so, when you see bodies, it's like so traumatic, right? So could you imagine if, say I do 3,000 videos over the course of being on YouTube. Could you imagine if I recalled and remembered seeing all 3,000 people dead? Like, you know what I mean? It's not so bad when someone like ODs or something. But I'm talking about like the gruesome stuff, like the shootings and the stabbings and body parts being cut off. And, you can't keep all that crap in your head. Like I would go nuts, Exactly. I can't muddy the waters by taking on others' opinions. That's perfect. Perfect, Ken. Work with the plays. How much more proof do you need? Like, duh. Thanks, Melissa. Thanks, honey. Yeah, he did stay to say goodbye. And, that meant like so much to me. I can't tell you to this day, like, he and I obviously had some kind of like connection from the past. I mean, and it was so sad. He was gay and he was dying from AIDS. And, so he was showing me pictures of what he looked like before he got sick. And he was just, I mean, I didn't need to look at the pictures to know how gorgeous he was. You know what I mean? Like he was just such a handsome guy and he had a heart of gold. He was just such a cool dude. I was just, but there was a part of me that was like, I was glad that he went when he did, because he was afraid. He was afraid to die. And I was glad that I was put into his life. God always puts me into people's lives for a reason, It's always weird. Like people that I'm friends with to this day that, I come in contact with them, I see something, I tell them, and then, we continue to be in each other's lives. You know what I mean? So I have a lasting connection with all these people that I deal with. It's not just you work on a case and, okay, great, it's solved, it's done. You know what I mean? It's not like that for me. And yeah. That's crazy. I bet a lot of people stand over themselves and wonder what happened. I bet a lot try. They do. They do. They do. I was so glad Grant just looked like he was sleeping when I found him. Yeah. See, Kim, as horrible as it was that he was gone, thank God that's how he went. Thank God, because some of these people that have been like decapitated or stabbed or shot, it's just like their facial features, like you can't even like They don't even look human. You know what I mean? So it's just, as horrible as that was for you, Kim, I'm grateful for you that he did look like, you know what I mean? Like, because I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't imagine seeing my child like, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you guys have to definitely watch my, wow, why is my camera going in and out of being clear and blurry, or are those my eyes that are doing it? Oh, thanks, Melissa. Yeah. I mean, I can tell you this. I remember being in the room when my father took his last breath, and I don't know why, but that just stuck with me. Like him struggling to breathe, that aspect of it, like what I couldn't get it out of my head. I could not get it out of my head. Um, yeah, I'm not sure why that was. I don't know. Maybe just because he was my daddy. I don't know, but crazy. You've been clear today. Oh, good. Because for some reason it looks like to me that it's going like in and out, in and out. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna get off, guys. Oh my gosh, let me tell you this. If you have a Harris Teeter grocery store near you and you go in there and they have these spicy chicken nuggets and they're like a 5-pound bag and you buy one, get one free, don't do it. I bought them thinking, oh, my husband, my son loved Chick-fil-A's spicy chicken sandwich. So I'm like, oh, they'll love this. Oh my gosh, you guys. Those were the spiciest. You guys, it was like killing me. I'm surprised I'm not vomiting right now. I made them for dinner tonight because I just wanted something simple and easy. Don't do it. Don't buy them at Harris Teeter. I don't care. When they say Southern styled, extra spicy, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. They're bad. They're really spicy. Did the place in your dream look like Pennsylvania? I don't know. It could have been. I've been to PA several times, different parts. Mom wasn't like that. One small breath and then nothing. Oh, wow. You're very fortunate then. You're very fortunate. I like chicken nuggets. Me too. Me too, girl. But not these Harris Teeter spicy, hot, Southern style nuggets. They're horrible. Too hot. From McDonald's. I haven't had chicken nuggets from McDonald's in forever. I've had Chick-fil-A's now. They're good. They're good, girl. All right, you guys, I'm going to get off here. Got some things I need to do. I still don't know what the heck I'm making to take to my sister-in-law's tomorrow. I think I might just make a huge salad. Wow, be healthy, right? While I'm sitting here eyeing, have you guys ever had these? They're called Perle, Perle Soul. They're orange flavored candies. And oh my gosh, you guys. This is like nothing but pure sugar, but they're so good. I have 4 of them right here. Made sweet and sour from Campbell's, then added. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds really good, Cynthia. Holy crap. Yeah, have a good weekend, everybody. Bye, guys. Take care, Kim. Bye, Foxcat. Bye, Pat. Bye, Kim. Bye, Melissa. Bye, Pat. Oh my gosh, Pat. I'll be praying for you next Friday for your surgery. Take care of yourself, okay? I'm sure I forgot Cynthia, bye. Yeah, they're from Italy. They're so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Bye, guys. Bye.